If you'd like online business explained to you in a way that you can actually understand, go to latenightim.com/explain. It's completely free, and I made it just for you. Now, how about an episode? Episode 215.
Late Night Internet Marketing.
This week on the Late Night Internet Marketing Podcast, we're going to talk about the future of Facebook Marketplace. What does it mean for drop shipping, and how is it going to impact eBay and Amazon? All this and more on the Late Night Internet Marketing Podcast.
The Late Night Internet Marketing Podcast.
You've been working for somebody else, but you want a business to run yourself. You want to know how to start and where to begin. Get out your comfort zone, my friend. Yes, you can do it right when it's late at night. At the end of the day, your dreams burning inside. So keep it up and you will find that you're building your business one night at a time.
And now, broadcasting late at night from a little studio in the big state of Texas, your host, Mark Mason.
Hey, how is everyone doing? I am your host, Mark Mason, coming to you from the little studio in Dallas, Texas. It has been a fantastic week. A lot of stuff going on here in the little studio. A lot of internet marketing things going on here in the little studio in Dallas, Texas. And one of the interesting things that's going on is I was invited to a State of the Groove Funnels Union address that Mike Filsame did. So basically, Mike Filsame, who's the CEO of this tool I've been talking about, Groove Funnels, which I'm liking more and more. We'll talk about that in a minute. You can learn more about it at latenightim.com/groove. Anyway, Mike Filsame is this famous marketer that owns this company. And he did this kind of amazing thing. I've never really seen anyone do this before. He spent 3 hours on a live explaining the current state of the app, Groove Funnels, and exactly what they have planned as far as features, what their strategy is, how they're going after ClickFunnels, what applications they're planning on adding to the platform. He talked about their marketing strategy and a strategy around affiliate marketing. It was kind of an amazing thing. I never really seen anyone do that before, to kind of unveil or kind of show what's going on the inside of their company. And I have to say, I came away more convinced than ever that for people like me, specifically for people like me and people like you, people that listen to this podcast who just need stuff to work and who are sick of two things. I'm sick of two things. One is I'm sick of paying for 17 different applications to do 17 different things. And the second thing that I'm sick of is the fact that a lot of these applications don't talk to each other. Mike is building this tool, Groove Funnels, which they're rebranding as Groove, and he goes into great detail about what the rebranding is all about and why they were Groove Funnels to begin with and why they're changing to Groove now. He is attacking this problem, and I want to be a part of that. And so I'm on this campaign to move my stuff into Groove. And I tell you, there's a little bit of risk there because it's not ready for prime time in every way yet. The course software is there, but it doesn't have all the features. It's not as beautiful as Kajabi right now. We talked about this a little bit. They're struggling with email deliverability right now. I suspect that they'll get some of those things fixed in April. So it's a slow burn for me. I'm moving things over as I can, but I'm very impressed with this software. And I think what I'm planning to do right now is not only move everything over to Groove, but one of the attractive things for me as a marketer is, as I'm helping people, I can promote Groove and like I'm doing now. And I know that will help people. And you can get your free account at latenightim.com/groove. Absolutely free. You can build 3 websites and you can have a Shopify type store and you can take payments and have an affiliate program, all of that stuff absolutely for free. And then if you really get into it, if your business is successful and it grows, then you can pay. And what I like about that is that's exactly what people who are trying to get started in internet business need. They need a way to get started without having to spend a ton of money. And so I really like that idea. I think it's consistent with my brand. I like Mike's vision. I like the execution that they've demonstrated so far. This was a very interesting webinar because he was showing screenshots of stuff that wasn't released yet. And he'd see something he didn't like in the screenshot, and right in the middle of the live, he would turn and speak to his developer and say, hey man, by the way, I want you to move this over here. It was just a very authentic, real conversation that he had with all of his users. And so that's 2 or 3 really good reasons for me to make the move over. It simplifies my promotion activity because, one of the things that fuels the late night internet marketing brand is affiliate sales of products that I know, like, and trust, stuff that I really believe in and use that I mention on the podcast. And that's also for me all over the place. It's Kajabi, it's ConvertKit, it's all these different things. And those tools are amazing, but those end up for me representing separate funnels and separate marketing campaigns and separate marketing activities where for me as a marketer, if I can promote a Swiss Army knife type product, that's a lot simpler for me, the side hustler. So those are some reasons that I've kind of made the decision to move in the direction of Groove. Now, if you want to come with me, it's latenightim.com/groove. And the groovy thing is, and that's Groove with a G, Groove, Groove. And the groovy thing is, you can do that. It won't cost you a dime to go check it out. You can make websites, custom domains, all of this cool stuff they have planned. One of the things that I loved was he's talking about features that are being released this year. One of the things that's being released is custom domains for everything that you do inside of Groove. So when you go to a checkout page, instead of some kind of shopping cart URL, like a PayPal URL or a Shopify URL, it would be your URL. So your customers see your branding in the URL of the checkout page. Same thing for affiliate links. That's one of the big challenges with affiliate links. Usually you need to mask those to make them look like your brand. So all of these things are going to be built in. They've got a lot to do. There's a lot of work to be done in 2021, but I'm doubling down on both my commitment to move more and more of my stuff over to Groove, and I'm doubling down on my recommendation to you to go check it out for free at latenightim.com/groove. The first thing I'm going to move over there is my free course where I talk about how, if you don't know anything about internet business, but you want to get started, what are all your different options and choices? And you can find that at latenightim.com. It's right there on the homepage. You can check it out. And I'm moving that. I have my VA working on moving that over to Groove this week. So hopefully by the next time you hear me, we can check that out together and I'll kind of tell you how that went. Really cool stuff. Very exciting. So the other thing I wanted to update you on was what's going on with drop shipping, and it's been a kind of an exciting week. My son, Zach, and we sold some fishing lures. We sold some live aquatic plants, and basically we demonstrated some newfound success with drop shipping. I think the guys with this Kibo program, they're still getting all their software worked out. There's still some issues, so we haven't started really scaling, but there are people inside the course that have scaled. And I was just looking at some information in the online group around this drop shipping course that I took, that some of those people are already having multi-$100 profit days. So one guy was just saying today was his first day of $200 in profit in one day. That's going to be pretty good. I mean, especially when you consider this is a guy who started drop shipping for the first time in February. To be able to hit $200 at all, especially that fast, is kind of impressive. And the way this is being done is it's being done with Facebook Marketplace. So since that's such a hot topic right now in internet marketing, I wanted to take some time to talk to you about Facebook Marketplace, what's going on there, what it's going to mean for us and the industry, and what you can do to take advantage of it. So let's talk about that now.
It's time to get to work building your internet business. One night at a time.
One night at a time.
Okay, so Facebook Marketplace, what is it? Okay, so Facebook Marketplace is the little kind of kiosk icon that you find if you're in Facebook. It's a little kind of storefront looking icon. And when you click on it, you see things for sale, usually, at least historically, in your neighborhood by people around you. And what I've said in the past, and what I think most people think of this as, is kind of the modern Craigslist. In a lot of ways, Craigslist, which is still around, is kind of died. It's kind of old school. And now there's more attention for local selling anyway around Facebook Marketplace. And if you've got a Facebook feed or you're in Facebook groups, a lot of times you'll see somebody come on and say, hey, I've got an old bicycle for sale, or we're getting rid of this couch. It's gently used. And they talk about things like, porch pickup, or I'll meet you in the Walmart parking lot and you can buy my old thing. In fact, the best thing I ever bought off of Facebook Marketplace, and actually someone that I work with in my day job bought this for me, was there was a high school kid, a baseball player at a local high school, and he was a catcher, a starting catcher, and he had some kind of situation where he had an extra catcher's mitt that he was getting rid of. It was almost brand new, and I needed a catcher's mitt because at that time Zach was throwing 40 something miles an hour and it was getting too fast for a regular fielder's glove. I needed a catcher's mitt so I could catch Zach when he was throwing bullpens. So I got that catcher's mitt and that saved my hand. But now Zach throws more than 70 miles an hour. And what I need is a professional catcher, because let me tell you, when a baseball, especially if it's a two-seam fastball that's cutting a little bit, is coming at you at 70 miles an hour, that gets your full attention when you're an old guy like me and you can't see as well as you used to. And all of a sudden that baseball is on top of you. It's good to have a good catcher's mitt. That catcher's mitt that I have was bought on Facebook Marketplace, and I got a $175 catcher's mitt for $80. And so that was great for me. That's what Facebook Marketplace has been. But I think if you look at the state of the world economy and what's going on in e-commerce, it's really easy to see that places like Amazon.com are absolutely dominating commerce in the whole world. I mean, stores are closing and physical brick and mortar stores are under attack by online commerce, and specifically by things like Amazon.com. So what is Amazon.com? Amazon is started off as a place where you could buy books, and then as a place where you could buy used books, and then as a place where you could buy things that Amazon sold, and then as a marketplace where other people could sell their goods on Amazon. So if you've ever been on Amazon, we've talked about this before when we've talked about Amazon drop shipping and Amazon FBA. If you go to buy something on Amazon, your choices are sold by and fulfilled by Amazon, sold by someone else, and fulfilled by Amazon. That's usually Prime. If something's Prime, usually it has to be fulfilled by Amazon. Not always, but most cases, it's sitting in an Amazon warehouse, but it's actually owned or sold by someone else, or it's something that's sold by someone and fulfilled by them as well. So usually a lot of times that shows up in the other buying options, because if you're in the Amazon warehouse, you get priority in the buy box. And so Amazon, most of the goods on Amazon are actually sold by other people, and Amazon is providing the marketing services to get that in front of people to buy, and they're providing the fulfillment services to get the product to you. Likewise, eBay started off as a place where you bought and sold junk in your house. Now 80%, or I think even I saw the other day, 85% of the things that are sold on eBay are brand new products, unused, new in the box products that people are buying and selling on eBay. And a lot of that is drop shipping. So if you haven't been to eBay lately, you should go check it out. It's totally different than the eBay 10 years ago, which was basically an online garage sale auction. Now it's mostly buy it now stuff, and it's brand new products. And so that's been a total transformation. So between Amazon and eBay, there's this domination of e-commerce. Well, the latest company to market with this is Walmart. So I don't know if you've been on Walmart.com lately, but now Walmart, in addition to brands sold by Walmart, there are also people selling other stuff, non-Walmart people selling other stuff. You can do drop shipping essentially on Walmart. And sometimes the fulfillment's just like Amazon, not by Walmart either. It's just listed. Walmart just handles the transaction. You buy it on Walmart.com and it's shipped to you by some non-Walmart person out there. So note, if you're going to buy something on Walmart, make sure you're paying attention to who is selling it, because you might be expecting a high level of customer service from Walmart, and you might end up buying from someone who doesn't have the same level of customer service or the same liberal return policy that Walmart has. And so Walmart is in this game now too. So there are these three, and there are more. Etsy is another one. There are these 3 or 4 or 5 ginormous online marketplaces where people are selling goods, and those online marketplaces are taking, in some cases, a sizable percentage of the transaction in order to make that happen. And so what is Facebook thinking? Well, Facebook is looking at that going, our ad platform is under attack. Obviously, I mean, iOS 14 threatens to dang near shut them down from a third-party cookie standpoint. So they know they need to diversify their business, and their plan is very clearly to take Facebook Marketplace from something that is an online garage sale to something that competes with Amazon.com. There's just absolutely no question about it. And so recently, Facebook Marketplace has introduced something called the shipping option, and not everyone has it. If you haven't used Facebook Marketplace before, you won't have this. But if you've used it for a while, or after you sell a few things, if you're a legitimate Facebook account that they think is real and is good in good standing and all that, you'll get what's called a shipping option. And that means that when you list something, you can choose, is this item for sale locally, or is it for sale both locally and by shipping, or is it only for sale by shipping? So let's say I had a figurine that I wanted to sell out of my house. My grandmother's antique figurine, and it's worth $200. I can put it on Facebook and I can say, you can either come pick this up or I'll ship it to you. Once I say that I'm willing to ship it to you, what does Facebook Marketplace does? Instead of showing it in my geographical area, which is usually between 0 and 500 miles, which depends on the buyer's setting in Facebook Marketplace, how far are they willing to drive? Once I say I'm willing to ship it, they will show that product to the entire United States. Now, why is that powerful? And this, of course, is the same if you're in Europe, get the same deal. In my particular case, it's the United States. Why is this so powerful? It's powerful because of the number of users on Facebook, right? I mean, we're talking about just an enormous amount of people, hundreds of millions of people potentially available to see your products. And the other thing that we're talking about, the other thing that's interesting is Facebook, more than any other marketplace out there, they know who the buyer is. They know everything about the potential buyers. And so in addition to being able to go and search in the marketplace to find the things that you are looking for, you can totally imagine that Facebook would easily be able to take the information that they already know about you. They know I'm a podcaster, so they know that showing me podcast gear might be something that I might be interested in. So how can we take advantage of this? I mean, this is coming. Well, right now, the Facebook Marketplace is the wild, wild west of e-commerce. Everything goes out there and the margins are very high. The competition is very low. The amount of automation that is available in the Facebook Marketplace is super small. So the big boys, the guys with, thousands and thousands of products to offer that they would use automation to post to a place like eBay or Amazon, they're not playing yet. And so the opportunity to make a lot of money on Facebook Marketplace very quick is high if you're willing to do the work. And so that's what some people are doing right now. And we've seen reports and screenshots of people making tens of thousands of dollars a month drop shipping items on Facebook Marketplace, because right now you can take an item that you can ship. And let's just take a simple example, a $50 item that's available from Walmart.com. You can turn around and relist that item for $65, $70, $75 on Facebook Marketplace and sell it, take that cash and ship the $50 item straight for Walmart. People are doing that all day long. And that's what's taught in that course that I told you about last week at latenightim.com/Tom. That's TOM, where this incredibly successful drop shipping guy who has, half a decade or a decade's experience drop shipping. He's not old enough to have a decade's of experience. So let's call it 5 years of experience with success shipping on Amazon and eBay. That guy has decoded this Facebook Marketplace approach, and you can see his course at latenightim.com/Tom, TOM. And what I didn't tell you last week, and I should have, is that there is a coupon available for that course. If you're interested in taking this course, the coupon code that you can use is FB for Facebook 250. That gets you $250 off, and that's a 40-something% discount. So that's a really good deal. Again, that coupon code is FB as in Facebook 250 for $250 off. And you can find that at latenightim.com/Tom. So that's what's going on Facebook Marketplace. And what the future is that there will be more software, more automation, more things coming out, and the competition will increase on Facebook Marketplace. Now, with that increased competition, there will also come increased use of Facebook Marketplace. As Facebook Marketplace becomes more and more popular, people will start to turn to Facebook Marketplace instead of, or in addition to, Amazon and eBay when they're looking to buy something. And who knows, in some far distant future, maybe instead of buying something on Amazon, the common thing that we'll say is that we're going to buy something on Facebook. Maybe that's going to happen. I don't know about that part, but what I do know is this thing has got so much headroom. It's going to grow 10 times, 100 times, 1,000 times to the of the size that it is now, almost without question. I think it's really exciting to be on the ground floor of something like Facebook Marketplace. With regard to automation, one of the tricky things about drop shipping is that if you do 10 products a day or 5 products a day, getting home every night as a side hustler and placing the orders for 5 products a day is not that big a deal. You can do it. But once you get over 10 or 15 or 20 products a day, you really start seeing success, and you're making, $1,000 of profit a week at $20 a shot or whatever, that kind of math, or maybe more. Some of these guys making $10,000 a month. You very quickly can get overwhelmed by orders, order tracking, entering the ship tracking numbers back into Facebook, all that stuff. And so there is some software out right now. So one of the challenges with Facebook Marketplace, as I said, is it's so new. They haven't released access to the marketplace via programmable application programming interfaces, APIs. So all of these fancy softwares that you would normally see that could hook into the back end of Facebook and talk directly to the Facebook Marketplace database, those softwares aren't allowed by Facebook yet. It's too soon. But other kinds of software that actually simulate what a human would do, like Chrome plugins, those are starting to appear. And by far, the very best one is ZDrop, ZEEDROP, ZDrop. So if you're thinking that you're interested in Facebook Marketplace and you want a piece of software that will do three amazing things, I'll tell you what the three amazing things are. The software that you want is ZDrop, ZEEDROP. Now, what are the three amazing things that ZDrop does? Well, ZDrop, which is a Chrome plugin, can take an item that you identify at a supplier. Let's say your supplier is Walmart or Target or Home Depot or eBay, and it can read that listing. And if you press a button, it will copy the relevant information out of that listing, open up a Facebook Marketplace page, and post all of the stuff that you need to make the listing. So it does automatic listing of products from the supplier that you're looking at. You got it up on the screen. You hit the ZDrop button. It pops open a Facebook page and pastes all that stuff into Facebook. Truly amazing. And that saves you 10 minutes of listing. I mean, that's an amazing time savings. You make whatever edits you want to make, you set your price, and boom, that item is listed on Facebook Marketplace. Now, if someone orders it, then you can fulfill it. Well, what's the second thing that is a problem for drop shippers? Well, drop shipping on Facebook Marketplace is a numbers game, and you want to be listing products every day as part of your routine. List 5 products or 10 products every day using a tool like ZDrop. And it's like throwing spaghetti up against the wall. Every once in a while, one product will be really popular. I have a buddy of mine who's going through this Facebook Marketplace thing, and he is doing the same thing with me. He lives down the street. I'm not going to reveal his name because I don't know if he wants everybody to know what he's doing, but he listed some wallpaper and like instantly, or in the course of a day, had 6 or 7 transactions on this wallpaper. He sold it until his supplier ran out, which is really cool. So the weird stuff that you sell on Facebook Marketplace, that's a whole nother topic. What should you sell? But he was selling wallpaper. That's amazing, right? So that's a really cool thing. But how does he know that the supplier is out of stock, or maybe that the supplier has changed the price? Well, that's the second thing that ZDrop does. It will monitor a supplier's inventory because after all, you listed it with the page, so it knows where the supplier is. And on the suppliers that it supports, again, all the major retail suppliers like Walmart and eBay and Home Depot and Lowe's and so forth, there's a long list of things they support. It has the URL for the product, and it can see whether or not it's sold out and what the price is. And so it notifies you if things go out of inventory. And then the third thing that's kind of a pain is something that I alluded to in the beginning of the podcast, which was that once you sell the thing, the person buys it with Facebook. Facebook gets the money and gives you the money in your bank account eventually once you fulfill the order. And you're sitting there and you're looking at the screen with your customer's address. And now you need to copy that address off the screen and go over and place an order into the Walmart order form as the ship to address. So you go over to walmart.com, you pick the item, or to ebay.com, you pick the item and you buy it just like you normally would buy something from Walmart. But in the ship to address, you put the customer's address. And so that's a pain because you copy the name, paste the name. Sometimes you have to copy the first name and then paste the first name and then copy the last name, depending on how it's all set up. Well, ZDrop also understands how to do this, and it can copy from Facebook Marketplace and paste the whole address in one stroke into all the suppliers that it supports. So that's the third really cool and amazing thing that it does. So definitely recommend ZDrop. At the time of this podcast, it's $10 a month. That is an absolute steal for software like this that automates so many things. And so if you're going to get started with Facebook Marketplace, the two things that I recommend are the Facebook Marketplace drop shipping course by Tom. And that is at latenightim.com/Tom, TOM. And then if you do that, make sure you have with you the code FB250, as in Facebook 250. And so you can get that course for almost, not quite, but almost half price. So I definitely recommend that. That's a really, really cool course. And like I said, I've been through that whole course and it's spot on. If you want to start making money on Facebook this weekend, that's the way to do it, is to go get Tom's course. It's really awesome. Okay, that's what I got for you today. I've got some good feedback for you next week. We have all sorts of things coming down the pipe and planned. The super huge thing that you could do to help me would be to go into the podcast app of your choice and find a place to leave a review for Late Night Internet Marketing. That's a super big help for me. It helps get the show to more people. It helps people find the show. I really appreciate it when you do that. And starting next week, I've got some good reviews that I will read on the show. We're going to start that next week. Again, I used to do that a long time ago. I love giving people shout outs that leave a review. So if you go, for example, if you're an iTunes listener, you can go to latenightim.com/iTunes, and you can dig around in the iTunes app and leave a review. It depends on which platform you're on, but go ahead and try and do that. And I will read your review on the air. It's fun for me. And so I really appreciate that. And I hope that you have an awesome week. Again, if you've got some topics that you'd like for me to cover on the show, reach out to me at feedback@latenightim.com, and I will be happy. You can email me there. I'll be happy to answer that email, or you can go to latenightim.com/feedback and leave me a voice note there. I'll get that as well. Until next time, I hope you are doing amazing. I hope you're crushing it. And I hope every day you're doing a little something to move your business forward. Ciao.
You can do it right when it's late at night.
You've been listening to the Late Night Internet Marketing Podcast.
Be sure to visit LNIMpodcast.com today to leave feedback for Mark. Download special bonus content, access the show notes, and more. See you there.
Until then, go and make some great progress on your internet business, one night at a time.
Business one night at a time.
So I don't want to get too political, but here in Texas, the governor has declared that we're going to go to 100% occupancy back, full open on all restaurants and all that kind of stuff. This is a COVID related discussion, and that the mask mandate will be ending. And being open-minded, or trying to be open-minded, I can understand the extreme economic pressure and the balance that needs to be struck between having an economy actually survive and protecting the public. And whether you agree which way you should lean on that, at least you can understand the debate. And with regard to the mask mandate, I can, in an open-minded way, understand how people think freedom is paramount and that they shouldn't be told that they have to wear a mask. And I can also understand how there's data that suggests that not wearing a mask could harm other people, and you shouldn't be allowed to harm other people. And so I understand that debate. On the freedom side, though, the thing I don't understand is these same people who don't want to be told that they have to wear a mask are told that they must cover their genitals in public. And I don't hear them complaining about that. And all kidding aside, I'm wondering what the difference is. Actually, in most cases, it's more likely, it seems more reasonable that not wearing a mask would be more harmful than being naked at the grocery store, seemingly. And so I'm wondering why they're not complaining about that as well.
Late night internet marketing.
Hey Hey, it's Mark again. I wanted to tell you one more time about this absolutely free resource that I have for helping people who are trying to get the big picture for internet marketing, actually get started and understand what all their choices are. If that's not you, there's no more content. You can skip to the end. But if you're someone who came to this podcast because you're searching for how to get started online and you just can't cut through all the noise, I get it. That was me. In 2007, when I was trying to get started, there were so many people throwing offers at me that I really couldn't even understand what all the different business models were. I couldn't understand how money moved around on the internet, and I couldn't really get a grip on what direction I wanted to go in so I could figure out how to move forward. I've created a free video resource for you just for that purpose at latenightim.com/explain. In several short videos, I just explained to you what internet marketing is all about and what online business is all about and the different options that you have for starting an online business. There's nothing to buy there. You just sign up for access and you get the videos just like that. So if that's interesting to you, or if you know someone who's in a same situation, send them that link, latenightim.com/explain. And let me know what you think. I'd love to hear what people are thinking that are in the exact same position that I was in more than a decade ago in 2007. In some ways, it seems like yesterday. And in some ways, it seems like an entire lifetime ago. Again, that's latenightim.com/explain.
Late night internet marketing.